Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel. Hello to my beautiful collectives out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl. And this is your monthly forecast for April 2026. Okay, there's a lot happening here in Aries. So keep your head on. A lot of heat is happening out here. Okay, so we're going to start with the full moon in Libra, which is opposite of Aries. And it's called the pink moon. It'll be at 12 degrees of Libra, and it will be Pacific Standard Time, 7:11 p.m. Okay? This is fiery cardinal energy, leadership energy, initiation energy. Okay, the energy is hot, forward moving, and aggressive. So beware. Okay, you may feel the heat already. The month starts out with the sun in Aries and Mars meeting Neptune and Saturn in Aries this month as well. Okay, the new moon on the 17th is 27 degrees of Aries at 4:51 a.m. and it forms a powerful stellium. And this is just a parade of planets in the sign of Aries, somewhere in one of your houses. Just depend on where the rising sign is for you. Okay, so we have Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn, the Sun, Moon, and the wounded healer Chiron in Aries as well, conjuncting Aries. So there's a lot to unpack here in your chart, but just note that there is an area of concentrated energy somewhere in your chart in one of the houses. And where that is for you is going to be that intense city. Okay, the energy is intense. You could have arguments about different things depending on where it is, because Aries and Mars, okay, they take action first and think later. Okay, so they can be impulsive. So just beware of any impulsivity that you may have. Try to think about it before you know, put it out there, because during this time, what you put out, you can't take back. That's the thing. But this is all about growth, okay? Maturity, all right? So just so you know, this is happening for you and not just to you, okay? And we all are experiencing this simultaneously. It just depends on where this stellium is in your chart, okay? So let's get going and talk about the rising signs and where this stellium is going to be in your chart, all right? See you on the other side. Okay, hello to my beautiful Gemini risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for April 2026. Hello. Yes, Gemini rising, we have Uranus moving into your sign for the next 7 years, I believe, in your first house. So sudden things are going to be happening, but at the same time, we have a plethora of planets all moving in direct motions in the sign of Aries, and that means things are speeding up, but at the same time, there's some heavy Aries energy that is going to change us all forever, because this is something new that's never happened while Saturn and Neptune are in the sign of Aries. Okay? So let's get right into it. We have a full moon in the sign of Libra, and this is opposite Libra. Aries is opposite Libra, okay, just so you know. And it's going to be squaring Jupiter in Cancer. And this is going to be happening in your fifth house. So, this full moon in Libra is in your fifth house of joy, creativity, your hobbies, romantic encounters, your childlike adventures, or children as well. Risk taking, gambling, that kind of thing is also a part of that fifth house energy. So Jupiter is in Cancer, and this is happening in your second house. Jupiter is about expansion. Cancer is about, protective, security, safety, home energy, that private energy. So this is affecting your second house of finances, your self-worth, your values, your family as well, your possessions. All right. And of course, it's a square, which is that push and pull energy. And it's meant to create growth. Okay. So you may experience strong emotions around romance, dating, children, hobbies, or a creative project that reaches its turning point. You may be prone to overindulgence in comfort. That's the Jupiter in Cancer, because Jupiter is expansive. Okay? Fun, buying gifts, food, or entertainment. Your desire for security and family related values may be bigger than your budget. Okay? And that again is Jupiter's energy. Now, on the 3rd, we have Venus in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. And, Venus is the goddess of love, and it rules Taurus, and it also rules Libra. Okay, and it's squaring Pluto, transformation energy, in the sign of Aquarius, freedom, authenticity as well. Okay, so here it's happening in your 12th house with Venus in Taurus, and your 12th house is about your unconscious energy, your own self undoing, escapism, karmic ties, contracts, old patterns that no longer serve you. Let's see. And retreats. Spirituality is also there. Now, your 9th house is about your higher beliefs. Okay, your spirituality, your belief system, foreign cultures, languages, philosophy, higher education, publishing, and teaching as well. Okay? So you may experience feelings that surface through your dreams, because we're in the 12th house, right? Private conversations or unspoken tension. You may be attracted to someone from a different culture, philosophical point of view, or from a foreign location. Strong chemistry, but there may be power issues because, that other person is platonic, and that is about power and control. So just so you know, so on the 5th, we have the Sun in Aries, and it's squaring Jupiter in Cancer. So the Sun is in the 11th house of your larger groups, memberships, organizations, friendships, co-workers, your hopes and desires, and your luck through, your friendship zones. Okay? So your second house, again, it has to do with your finances, your shared finances, your self-worth, what you value, and your possessions as well is here. So your focus is heightened on alliances, and that'll be your 11th house, and your future goals. Favoring innovation in your group settings. You may be at risk of excess spending, all right? That's your second house energy. Your urge to balance your optimism, which is that Jupiter energy that can be overextending, to avoid overextending your finances or your ego in pursuing your goals, okay? So just note that Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and you can't overdo it in these areas, okay? So on the 9th, we have Mars moving into Aries, and this is happening in your 11th house. And Mars rules Aries, okay? So they work well together. However, you have to be careful here of impulsive action and trying to dominate. All right. So you may feel a strong urge to take initiative in groups, lead projects, or push for innovative or unconventional ideas. You can be faced with ego driven conflicts in friendships or organizations if you feel a need to dominate or act too impulsive. Okay? You will get positive results by collaborating instead of going solo with your projects at this time. Usually it's good for Aries to take action in solo motion, but in this case, you want to, have some type of collaborative interaction because you're dealing with large groups, okay? This transit supports long-term goals, career goals, humanitarian work, or community-driven projects as well. So on the 12th, we have Mars in Aries conjunct Neptune, and this again is happening in your 11th house. So this is where all the planets are forming in the sign of Aries for you, Gemini rising. This is in your 11th house, and this has to do with, the large groups that you are involved with. This is also your house of hopes and wishes, where those people can be the ones to help you manifest, what you desire. So this is a heavy energy. There's a lot of transformation happening here for you. Okay, so try not to resist, what you're experiencing. Just allow yourself to experience it. But because it's in Aries, you have to learn how to have some self-control over how how the words come out of your mouth and how you react. Okay, reactive. That's what Aries is a reactive force. So try not to be reactive. All right, so on the 12th, with this conjunction with Neptune in your 11th house, this transit fuels your creativity because Neptune is a spiritual energy. It's also good for expressing yourself creatively. And this transit fuels creativity and wisdom in social settings and attracts like-minded allies for your higher ideas. Okay, again, humanitarian efforts sparks group involvement that inspires others. Okay, and on the 15th, we have Mercury moving into Aries, and this is happening in your 11th house as well. Okay. Let's see. I'm sorry, I had to. So your friendships and group activities thrive because Mercury is the planet of communication. Okay, making it easier to foster new connections or leading causes. Your clear articulation of your ambitions inspires others. Listening actively balances your drive. So on the 16th, we have Mars in Aries conjuncting Saturn. And Saturn is about limitations. It's about taking things in a step by step process and moving slower, getting to the end point of things. So, again, this is happening in your 11th house. This is the best time to reach out to contacts for professional or social opportunity, join groups or set intentions for humanitarian causes and dreams or team efforts. Your impulsiveness may lead to hasty decisions in your friendship zone. Balance your enthusiasm with some reflection. Okay? So, as I said before, you know, don't react. Try to reflect on what's going on around you before you take action or react to a time, place, or an event. Okay, and this is that new moon. Okay, and that will be happening at 20. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm on the 16th. We just left the 15th. Okay, and that was Mercury ingress to Aries. So now we're on the 16th where Mars is conjunct Saturn. Oh, and I did talk about Saturn in the 11th house. You may step into organizing or structuring a cause where you can contribute your time, labor, or strategy. So, this is also saying your old or superficial connections may fall by the wayside, while more dependable, purpose driven allies are set up. Okay? And that's what Saturn will do for you. Will organize things, make sure that you are clear, especially with Neptune sitting right next to it. Neptune will create the fog, and Saturn will give you the groundedness, the clarity to know where you are headed. Okay? So here we are on the 17th with the new moon, 27 degrees of Aries in your 11th house. And this happens at 4:51 a.m. And I don't know if I mentioned it, Gemini risings, but the degrees matter because it will tell you how you will be affected. Now, if the new moon in your chart is at 2 degrees, then you may not feel, you know, the energies that's happening at this time. Okay, it's not until your your new moon in Aries reaches 27 degrees or 20 degrees. Okay, so that's what the degrees are about. So this is happening in your 11th house, and this is the best time to reach out to contacts for professional or social opportunities, join groups, or set intentions for humanity humanitarian causes. It seems like I said this before. And dreams or team efforts. Your impulsiveness may lead to hasty decisions in your friendship zones. Balance your enthusiasm with reflection. Okay, Gemini rising. This happens to me every time I read a Gemini rising reading. I get confused because I've already said this. Okay, but forgive me for that, because I'm not perfect. But anyway, during this new moon in Aries, we also have that parade of planets, the stellium I was telling you about earlier, that's happening in your 11th house. The stellium, this new moon is conjuncting Chiron. Chiron is this wounded healer where, you may not have your confidence. You may not feel confident around, large groups. And then we have Mercury in Aries conjuncting Neptune. We have the Sun, Moon, Chiron conjunct as well. We have Neptune, Mercury, Mars, and Saturn forming this powerful stellium. Okay? So there is heavy, heavy duty energy sitting in your 11th house. And reflection is best, and balance your enthusiasm because you don't want to overdo it, because people are watching. And again, it's not just you. Everybody is experiencing this stellium somewhere in their chart. Okay? All right, so we're going to move on because the sun is moving into Taurus, which is going to bring some relief. Whew. Wow. So the sun moves into Taurus, but this is happening in your 12th house. And your 12th house is about behind the scenes. It's about your own self undoing. This is about your unconscious energy. This is also about retreating, escapism, karmic contracts, and also karmic debts that may not even be yours, that may have come through generational curses. Okay? So you may feel unusually lethargic, and that's natural because it's in the 12th house, makes you tired, withdrawn, or unclear about your external goals, as the urge to slow down, sleep more, and stay out of the spotlight is strong. Okay? Your fears, grief, or old guilt may surface, and you are urged to let go of what no longer serves you. So you're in the best possible place right now in this 12th house. Sun in the 12th house. Sun is about the ego, where you can clear, okay, and let go of some of the generational curses, tear up contracts. Just take a piece of paper and split it and say, this contract is complete. All old contracts, even if you don't know what they are, but symbolically you'll be, doing it, ending it. All right, so on the 23rd, we have Venus and Taurus conjuncting Uranus. And this is happening in your 12th house as well. Okay? So here you can expect sudden changes, surprises, or awakenings. Because it's Venus, it could be love interest, such as a sudden attraction, an unexpected breakup or reconciliation, or a radical re-evaluation of what you truly value in a partner. Okay? You may experience sudden insights like deja vu that change how you see your soul purpose or spiritual path. Your old belief system, I don't know how did that happen, but Your old belief system about money, security, or what deserves love and care may be jolted because this is Uranus. It's going to shake things up. Wow. And you may change how you spend, earn, or invest, or decide to release habits that no longer serve you here. Okay, so on the 25th, we have the Sun in Taurus squaring Pluto in Aquarius. And this is happening in your 12th house and your ninth house of your belief, your spirituality, religion, other cultures. I think I've already had this conversation about the ninth house with you. I'm hoping I did. But yeah, I did. So remember what the ninth house is all about. So you may experience internal power struggles because this is 12th house energy, or external conflicts over your ideas, which is that ninth house energy. This push and pull, the squares are push and pull energies. Expect confrontations with subconscious fears like isolation or loss of control, clashing with urges to break free from outdated worldviews. That's Aquarius energy. Travel or higher education. Power dynamics in your beliefs. Pluto and Aquarius. Or long distance matters may intensify, urging authentic reinvention as well. So the last thing that is happening is Uranus moving into Gemini, and this is happening in your first house, Gemini Rising. Okay? This is about your appearance. This is about how you think, how you see yourself, how others see you. Okay? About what you value, your self-worth. Okay? So this transit is fostering reinvention, making it ideal for pursuing unique passions, travel, or tech-driven self-expression. Impulsivity may arise. Try not to be too impulsive because Uranus is that energy where sudden things can occur, leading to risky decisions or abrupt rebellions against routine. And that's just a part of Uranus's process. And this is for better or for worse, but for the most part, we want to see and say that Uranus is moving into Gemini in the first house to help you become more authentic and freedom loving. Human being, growing into that. Okay? So, Gemini Rising, this is your forecast for April 2026. And until next time, bye for now.